What up, people? You already know Big Lou tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou and MZR2, baby, baby. There was just a little story that I found today on Fox News. Um, this is regarding a cat from Peru, Peruvian citizen that was found a founder of a violent gang that was deported from the U.S. after entering illegally through California. Right. Um, so this cat's an older gentleman. He's in his 60s. Like I said, he's from Peru. He's supposed to be a founder, founding father, founder, or a co-founder. It doesn't really say if he's just the only founder or what, but their gang is known for abductions, killings, robberies, and things like that, right? But he was taken to the airport um, by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, and he was turned over to the Peruvian authorities. Excuse me. And this type of thing happens a lot. With a lot of the Latin countries, with probably some of the Eastern European countries. Uh, a lot of people, if they just can't get over on a plane and come straight over here, they go. They'll go up Central America through Mexico and try to come in, right? Uh, like the problem that we're having on the border right now is that they're letting anybody OTM other than Mexican, right? I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that part is. I watched a documentary. Well, it's not even a documentary. Actually, it's a channel. Peter Santinello. He has a channel that he goes into different neighborhoods, different like he's talked to the Amish people. He's talked to different Native American tribes on reservations. He's went into Compton. He's went into Inglewood. He's went into East LA. He's went to San Francisco where he used to live at. He's been to Italy. He's talked to, like I said, the Amish people. Uh, different. He's just been all over the place. And he's been to the Bronx, and he's talked to old time Bronx people from the Bronx about the way things were before, how the neighborhood changed. Same thing, like I said, with San Francisco. Same thing with some of the other neighborhoods in California and elsewhere. But then he did a couple videos where he went to South Texas, and he hooked up with this guy named Raul. Raul was a Mexican American, uh, and I know his father is also Mexican American, born here. And and he was just talking about, they took him, they got on a little boat and they went up the Rio Grande, but they had to stay on this half of the river. If you go on this half of the river, you're considered in Mexico. So they went down and they were seeing all the activity right there at the Rio Grande, and he was saying that from people they've spoke to, uh, they're from a certain they're from a certain organization. It's not a law enforcement, but they're from an organization, and they are against illegal immigration, illegal crossing and all that. But anyways, but he has a sensitive side to him. He says he understands, and this and that, you know what I mean? But it's a delicate topic. It's a delicate situation, especially, it hits close to home for some people. You know what I mean? But anyways, me personally, I understand why they come over here. It's the same reason why my peoples came years back. I don't care, because we're Puerto Rican and it's U.S. territory. It's still poor as hell over there. There's not much opportunity. Where my peoples were from, it was working in the sugarcane fields. And you got coffee there and stuff like that. But there's not a whole lot of opportunity there. In some of the areas in Puerto Rico, it's rural areas. It's in the mountains. There's not much there. And it is what it is. But these Central American countries like Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, even parts of Nicaragua, with the communist stuff there, they're trying to get up out of there. It's gang infested. And let me make something clear here, because I don't know if a lot of people know this. Mata Salvatrucha, MS-13, did not start in El Salvador. It started here in the United States, in LA area. An event of originally it was Salvadorians, but then Guatemalans joined, uh, uh, Hondurans joined, some Nicaraguans have joined. I met a few Panamanians that were MS-13, and I'm pretty sure there's South American countries that have members as well. But that did not start in El Salvador. It started here, and then guys would come over here and then eventually get deported, but become MS-13 gang members or Mara 18, which is Mara 18, and then they go back and then they start recruiting guys over there. That's how it all started, and all three on those Central American countries. But that's how it goes, and it's not just the Latin countries. Guys come here to escape prosecution in other countries, and or vice versa. They leave the United States and they go to their patria, which is their motherland, right, or the old country, like they used to say. So this guy's name is Giovanni Dante Gamara Puertas, and was deported from the U.S. to face charges in his home country, which is Peru. Immigration authorities said the Peruvian man who founded a criminal gang known for abductions, killings, and robberies was deported from the U.S. on Wednesday. Immigration authorities said. Giovanni Dante Gamara Puertas, 63, was escorted by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents on a flight. Uh, let's see. On a flight. I don't think I got it right. On a flight. Shoot. Let's see. On a flight. These things are in the way. On a flight to Jorge something Peruvian airport. And the ICE agents remained on the tarmac while he was being loaded onto the when he was being handed over. Let's see. San Diego deportation officers are committed to preventing dangerous individuals like Amaro Puertas from entering our communities through illegitimate claims to avoid prosecution from their home countries, said Jameson Matuszewski, Field Office Director of ICE Immigration, Customs Enforcement, and Removal Operation in San Diego. Gamara Puertas was initially arrested in June by Border Patrol agents after illegally entering the U.S. near Calexico, California. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement took custody of him at some point, ICE said. Authorities said Gamara Puertas was trying to evade prosecution by fleeing to the U.S. An image released by ICE shows Peruvian authorities walking Gamara Puertas on an airport tarmac. Let's see. Records show. Let me see. Records show that he was the founder of Los Destructores, a criminal gang. He was also affiliated with other Peruvian criminal organizations, including Los Injertos, and Malditos de San Juan de Lurigancho. And this was reported by Luis Casiano from Fox News Digital. So yeah, dude's now gone, and it's one of them things. It's just a little quick story that I wanted to talk about. I'll probably be doing another story on what happened in Ecuador not too long ago. My boss is from Ecuador, and he sent me a bunch of pictures. They're too violent and too graphic. I mean, not violent, but what happened was violence, but the pictures are graphic. I can't place the pictures on here. There's no way YouTube would allow that, but there was a lot of chopping of what. You know what I mean? And they were using them as soccer balls. It's crazy. So my understanding with that, I'll explain more about it later. I don't want to get too much in it now, but basically what it was those prisons in South America and Central America are usually ran by the inmates. So what'll happen is that from a lot of documents that I watched, what they do is the guards or whoever prison staff is will walk them to the entrance, open it up, and then once they get inside, they're on their own. And from my understanding, from what I've watched, a lot of the Latin countries, not Mexico, but a lot of the other ones, Salvador, Bolivia, different ones like that, Peru, they do their own count. They count their own guys and all that, and they call them they got different little names for it. It could be a pavilion. It could be, they call them pavilions. It could be usually pavilion was the name I kept hearing. And basically you have to have money coming in. If you don't have no money coming in, you'll be sleeping wherever you can lay down. And that goes for, blankets, that goes for nice clothes, all that stuff. They got some hustles in there, you know what I mean? But, it is what it is. It's just like with anything. You know, you go make whatever if you're a hustler, then you're going to know how to make money, besides if your people are sending you money in there. But it's very ugly over there. When guys complain about the prisons here in California or in the United States, it's nothing what these guys go through over there. You know what I mean? And it's ugly. It just is what it is. But this is just a little story. I'll break down the Ecuador story later on, I'll just give you a little rundown. So basically, it was guys that came from another country to Ecuador, and then, from my understanding, I'm gonna get more clarification about it. But and these guys were all into drugs, so they were like working for cartels, and they ended up having just an all out assault, an all out riot, but killing involved. You know what I mean? And it was real killing going on. And then what they did was like I said, they got rid of and these off, and they started using the soccer balls, and then the remain they were using them and stacking them up and burning it up. It was crazy. The graphic pictures I seen, it was crazy. I'll just give a layout of the story and break down the story. I won't be able to put the pictures on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I'll tell a little more about it another time. That being said, Big Lou tapping out. Everybody have a great New Year's. I'm going to my cousin's tonight, so uh, hopefully they're bumping some beat. Well, I know they will, and maybe I'll be able to get my groove on, because I got the moves like Jagger. You know what I'm saying? And old lady wants to shake her tail feather. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Gone.